What's going on, people? Happy New Year, all that good stuff. First of all, let me see. I don't really like the way this cable is all. That's fine, I guess. Go right here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, so I want to do a what is it called? Membership giveaway thing, really quick. So every month, I have the ability to give away 10 total memberships to the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do one right now to start the new year. I think I usually am supposed to wait until people join to do this, but it's fine. I don't really care. I'm going to do it right now just so I can put my computer away. You have 10 gift memberships left to send this month. So we'll do 5. We'll just do all 10. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to this. Actually, I do know. I think for strategy, I'm supposed to wait until people join, but that's fine. I'm just gonna give a shout out to the people that it picks. It's always kind of interesting to see who gets selected because it's random in the sense of I can't choose who gets it. Oh, Ukulele Plus, that's dope. But it's based on people who engage with the channel, I think, most, who YouTube thinks will appreciate channel memberships the most. So Ukulele Plus is dope because I know Angela, recognize her name. Some of these others I don't see in the live streams, but I guess they interact with my content. So we got Dude Seriously 79, cool name. Degurdy, cool. A Marie, that sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. And then Elizabeth K. Cool. We're gonna do 5 more now because why not? Membership gifting, 5 more. Let's see. It's cool. It's cool for me to see who's selected. I know I already said that, but it is exciting to see like what names I recognize. So in this one, I don't recognize any of these names. Sofa King, cool. I know about Sofa King. That's cool. Marla Blow, Segway Dave. Cool. There's a funny story about a Segway. Has a lot to do with how I proposed to my wife. Mr. Johnson and Chuck Buckerson. Cool. Well, congratulations, everyone. All right. So what I want to do today, I had intentions, and I'm really being okay with like not being too hard on myself for anything, but I had intentions to drop this month's Gumroad project file, and I didn't do it because whatever. It doesn't matter why I didn't, but I want to do it hopefully today. If not today, tomorrow. Hopefully today though. And I want to be intentional about the song that I choose for this month, which someone actually requested a specific one. There was a vertical video I did before I started doing this Gumroad thing, and someone commented like, hey, I want that song, and it's a great song, and I'm gonna listen to it a little bit on here now. Also, in order to confirm that I want to drop that one next, but also I was using the OP1 field the other day, and just thinking about how different of a music making experience it is to use that versus using this. It's just like a very different side of the brain creatively that's utilized. So I think it's kind of cool sometimes using that and sometimes using this, the XY. But I'm going to go ahead and close the computer now, and we're going to play that song on here, listen to it, and yeah, and then maybe, from there, confirm that that's what we want to do next, and then, yeah, just have a little fun, make something new on here. I haven't really made anything from scratch on here in a very long time, what feels like a very long time. Certainly haven't been live in a while. Let's put this back in my book bag. I had intentions on bringing the TP7 with me today, but I think I misplaced the case for it. I have the trifold case, and I have the individual one, both part of the field case. Is that is that what they call the field bags, whatever. But I have to locate them. I certainly didn't want to bring that out without having the proper protection on it. But there's some cool ideas that I have with the TP7 that will be coming soon as well. Anyway, let's go. So we're gonna go into a project by the name of this one, Birth. Cool. So we'll load that. All right. So this one, right off the bat, you hear a different sort of sound here because of what? The mixer. Yeah, which is fine. We'll just let it rock. Let's go ahead and listen to this. That's so good. All right, yeah. So that's definitely going to be the next project for sure. So I think I've released 2 projects already. Don't remember which. I don't remember either of them. But I'm going to need to somehow have something on here to keep track better of the songs that are on Gumroad and that aren't. Yeah, I have to go back and listen to the ones, but I definitely am gonna want some sort of better organization on here. But that's definitely gonna be the next one. So let's create something new and see how it goes. Shall we? We'll go here. We'll go new. All right, good. Let's work on something new. Okay. Hey, Ukulele Plus, you are a channel member now. How does it feel? Happy New Year to you as well. How's Ukulele Plus OP1 going for you? So we need quantization off. Hey, no problem. Obi-Wan ukulele drum. Coming along. Love that. That's honesty at its realest. Have you still been using Substack? I'm like 2 or 3 weeks overdue. Not overdue, but just haven't sent one out in a few weeks. December was a really long month. Got sick during break, been kind of out of commission, but a lot of, great family time and stuff. But just took a break from everything, which I think was much needed. But I do have one coming out this Wednesday. Someone actually requested some specific information as a follow-up to one of my previous essays. No, whatever, write-ups. And then followed up with me too. So like and it's something I want to talk about, but just, haven't yet. So that's what's going to be dropping on Wednesday. Gotcha. Well, here's both of us potentially dropping something this week. Me, definitely. You, possibly. If it's, when the time is right, of course. My biggest issue is finding my creative flow during these maddening times. Oh, I hear you there. Yeah, let's talk about it. So yes, I agree with that. I think that for any of the platforms that we're using that we feel the need or a pull or obligation or whatever to show up on, it's a matter. This is just my thought, obviously, my sort of perspective. But I think it's like we should find what works for us first and foremost and try that and see how it feels. So for example, I was doing, sort of like video essay style, like video versions of the stuff that I write about, right, on Substack. And then I was like transcribing that and turning that into a write-up for Substack and then turning it into a LinkedIn post. But ultimately, what I was kind of realizing is that like that style of content was making a lot of sense for Substack. People were getting insights and, reading it and following it. And it was great with that. But people didn't care nearly as much on my YouTube channel, right? People didn't care as much to listen to me do a talking head video, watch a talking head video of that particular topic. So it felt a little bit like, even though I enjoyed doing it, but it felt a little bit like it wasn't valuable time spent to do that video. So I was like, all right, well, let's just try forgetting about the talking aspect of it, and let me just try writing about it, which is the main purpose of Substack, of course. And let me focus on the style of content that people are enjoying consuming on YouTube, as well as I'm enjoying making, right? Like the videos about whatever, music tech, and injecting some of those topics that I like typing about and writing about in the videos. But the main purpose of the video, the draw, is something that people are actually searching for. So just kind of like, man, I've been doing this for like 7 years. So just like getting some clarity on what feels right, what makes sense, it's like combining all these things in a, I don't know why I'm gonna say cauldron, but a pot, right? All these different things, right? What do you enjoy doing? What's the purpose of the platform? What is your audience, what's resonating with your audience? Like, doing these live streams is something that I've been enjoying, and I think people enjoy on here as well. And so this makes sense, right? This is what YouTube is trying to get into the vertical live stream thing for a couple years now, it feels like. And so it makes sense to have this be a part of the regular regiment. So yeah, it's just, trying to figure it out. I think we're all in that space. But yeah, let's keep it going. Interesting. Potential to find a Nori Norwich within the foundation of streaming. I would love to know, bro. I don't know what a Mori Norwich is. You have to let me know. Don't know what it is. Let me see. Messed up. That's interesting. So we need to take wait. Oh. So one of these, let me see which one of these has. So we need to take 6 out of here. By default, 6 is going to be in. We got to take 6 out. Let's try that again. I saw you caught the TE. Ooh, I did. Man, I picked up the Black Field kit, and really, yeah, it's been great so far. It's been great. I've been using the TP7 a lot for capturing stuff the way you're supposed to, I think. But I've been using the other 2 pieces of equipment as, just like it's weird. Like with the mixer, The thing that's interesting about it is it's so versatile. There's so much great stuff you can do with the TX6 mixer. It's an amazing piece of hardware. And when I've used it in the past, I was conflicted with it's so small and so portable that I feel like I should be or need to be using it when I'm not in the studio, right? Like when I go to cafes or when I'm doing things out and about, it makes sense to use it because it's so small. But when you bring it out and about, in order to get the full use of it, you need to have things connected to it, and that's kind of counter what makes sense for me when I'm doing live streams when I'm not home. So I've been currently using it like just it happens to be small, but it's also better than most other mixers that are multiple times its size. And so I've been using it like in the home studio, and it's been really, really good. And there might be times when I need to unplug some of the things that are in there and bringing it to a cafe or whatever, and I'll do that. But I think in the past I was so, and same with the microphone. The microphone's so small. It's like, oh, I should be. The long and short is just using it for whatever makes sense at the time and not even overthinking like I should be or I need to be. It's like what makes sense for me at this moment. Well, right now it makes sense for those two pieces of hardware to be at the home studio and using them with my Expressive E keyboard for content and for live streaming, even though I haven't done too much live streaming, but more at home, but more on that very soon. More of that will be coming very soon. But yeah, it's been great. The TP7 I've been enjoying using a lot as well. Just like one of the updates that came on there that's been a huge deal for me is, so previously when you hold the memo button and record a voice recording or something while the unit is off or while it's on, the memos got moved to the same section in the hard drive as your main project recordings. And so for me, like having talking stuff and having like, line in recording stuff be automatically in the same section was not something that jived with me at all. But now you can enable 3 different sections, like what I'll call the library, which is where you have projects. Like I have all of my five albums or 4, I think 5 albums I dropped. I have all of my 5 albums there. I have my man Benjamin, 1 album that I purchased from him and 2 that he sent me codes for. I have his albums from Bandcamp that are on there so I can just listen to. Then you have your section of like what I'll call, I don't remember exactly the term that they use, but like my recordings. When you hit the record button, for me, the recording section, I'm thinking, will be stuff that I either connect USB-C or line in, content that I record that's musical, right? So maybe I'm crate digging and getting samples. That's one area where I'll just have a whole bunch of samples, but I'll also, or not even just samples, but just songs, like parts of video game music that I enjoy or whatever. And then I also, the same section is where I maybe connect my piano and I'm just doing some chord progressions and doing whatever on there. So it's all musical stuff in my mind. And then the last section is memo stuff, is like talking stuff, me messing around with the kids and, my wife and interviewing my wife and things like I've done on the vertical, reels already that people seem to enjoy. So yeah. Callum Khan, how are you, man? I want to dive into TE a bit more, but I don't know which direction to go in. Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of different directions you can go in. There's like the expensive direction, and then there's the more less expensive direction, right? So like some of those, the pocket operators and some of the new KO series might be a good place to explore. I've just been really, I mentioned it at the beginning of this live stream, but I've been really intrigued at if I'm sitting in front of this versus if I'm sitting in front of the OP1/OP1 field. There's just such a different musical direction that each of them, I'm going to use the word, beckons the user to kind of go in. And that's what's interesting, right? Because there's been times where I'm like, oh, I wish OP1 field had a little bit of a better sequencer, or I wish this had like a tape recording sort of thing on it. But rather than having that be like the thing that you say you wish, like, I think I get it. I think I get why each of them, I mean, from a business perspective, I totally get why each of them are distinct. But then from a perspective of like just creatively, like this is a different avenue that I go on when I'm making music here versus on the OP1 field, and maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I have the PO speak somewhat. Oh, dope. I don't know that one particularly. The PO speak. Tell me about what makes it fun. Because I did a little video in my studio today. I got to chop it and edit it and stuff. But I have in the video, I was just showing a little mini tour of the studio, and I was mentioning I have I think it's called the Rhythm, and then I know I have the KO, and then I know the other one is the Arcade. The Arcade is really interesting, like with the chord progression following sort of thing. It shows like some of the DNA of the brain on here. In my opinion, I think that's kind of similar technology, but it's just a lot more robust on here. Cool, nice. Very cool. Man, this thing is cool to use. Okay, I think I'm gonna get ready to go. I have a little bit more work to do, but yeah, this was fun. Thank you guys for joining. I know which project is gonna be the next one on here for Gumroad. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that now and just overcome my, not fears, but overcome this mini hurdle of like, okay, I have the project set. I know what I want to use, but I don't have the process set yet on how to do all the things. I mean, but it's close, like meaning all the meta and the meta, the data, the title, the thumbnail, all that stuff for Gumroad. I need to be a little bit more systematic with that process. I feel like I'm gonna go knock it out right now. So let me go do that. Thank you guys for joining, Angela. It's been real. Cool to have you as a channel member. I think what I'm gonna do now, actually this month, while you are a channel member, I'm gonna need to drop a members only video. I should probably look to do at least one of, or not at least, but one of those per month, just to have something out there that entices people to, you know, shows value, right? Shows what it is to be a member. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But anyway, thank you very much. I will see you guys on the next one of these, and yeah, hope everyone's having a great start to the year, and I'll see you later. Peace.